What's up, y'all? So DayZ announced this next big update for a 1.26. We talked about, and a couple days ago I made a video talking about what update 1.25. Well, the hotfix is coming for that update, which is coming this week sometime. It is right now currently Sunday, August 4th. So sometime starting tomorrow until Sunday, the next Sunday, following Sunday, we'll have a patched update coming out that will fix some of the issues in this game. We're gonna hop into, let's hop into, I guess, an official server, and guess we'll just mess around or something or walk around, because we're gonna be wiping this anyway. And so they've also announced some things coming in the next update, 1.26, that will be coming out sometime in quarter 4 of 2024, so sometime before the end of this year. We only have a few months left, so my guess is probably sometime late November or October we should be expecting this update to drop. And they've announced that some pretty negative stuff coming to this game. It's kind of disappointing, and I'm very saddened to hear some of the negatives that are coming. So let's go into some of the things that they have stated. Some net positive stuff that's coming. We have a new outfit piece coming, which is going to be like if you ever seen like a Muslim wearing like their hijabs. It's kind of like a hijab. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But it's basically a hijab, but it's kind of more of a scarf. from the information we've seen, and it also has a little bit of, I think you actually have it as a hoodie as well. There's 2 different versions of it, which is pretty cool and pretty dope. Another thing is you can no longer human meat troll, so you can no longer feed human meat from behind. You have to be in front of them to do it. Same, I think this is, of course, is gas. It's always gas when I come here, always. But there's also going to be some other stuff that's coming as well, like the camera angles are changing, so now you will be able to look behind you at water pumps. That is kind of a negative, but also a net positive as well. It means you're going to be able to sneak up on people with the water pumps a lot more, but also if you're using water pumps, you're going to be at a disadvantage now because you're not going to look 360 degrees. So let's talk about some of the negatives. First off, obviously the biggest negative of all is we are not getting any new weapons with the new map, and I think that is a lost opportunity, and I am fucking disappointed in the devs in this game. And this has been recurring now on this dev team the last couple of months, is I have just been continuously being disappointed by the weapons they choose to bring, the attachments they choose to bring, and the fact that some of these updates are not bringing weapons. Like, this is not rocket science, bro. This is not rocket science, alright? You don't ignore that loud car in the background, because people have to, rev their engines at 9:30 in the morning. You gotta love it. But there's no excuses for not having weapons added in this game. This game is how many years old? It does not take rocket science to customize a gun. I don't give a fuck if it's a different ammo type or not. Either you make the ammo type something that works in this game, or you bring a new ammo type in the game. It doesn't take that much rocket science. This is bothering me. Like, it actually bothers me that the game is, these devs are that stupid to not have weapons in every single update. I don't care if it's a pistol, a fucking rocket launcher, or a machine gun, or a sniper. I don't care if it's different attachments. You could have an update with attachments and I'd be happy for each gun. But this idea of not adding things like that is done. It's dumb as fuck. Alright, I shouldn't have to wait multiple updates before getting weapons. Okay, it's just dumb. Sorry, it is. Anywho, so no new weapons, no new attachments as far as we're aware. They could decide to add something as a surprise, but the DayZ devs don't really care about the community when it comes to surprises. They tell us what percent is coming, and they don't really, that's pretty much it. So, let's go into some of the things that has me so triggered. And this has me very disappointed, and honestly, if they don't backtrack on these things, I probably won't buy the DLC, depending on whether or not I see a huge difference in, the regular maps, because they're obviously all these updates are coming to Cherno and Livonia as well. So let's talk about that stuff. First off, the biggest one in the room, the biggest one in the room. There's reducing the weight a character can carry. Why? This is dumb. It's the same problem I had with DayZ when they decided to reduce how much stamina you have, how much weight you have, depending on certain items. I don't like this, man. I don't give a fuck if it's a survival game or not. Your game has nothing to offer other than carrying loot. That is what your game is all about. DayZ is a loot carrying simulator, okay? It's running, carrying loot, building a base, dumping that loot off. That is your game. Why are we reducing the one thing that people can do? I don't care if people are making alt accounts and have characters fully geared. Maybe you should fix your game so that people can't have alt accounts. Or add stuff in the game that forces people to make better decisions. Like maybe adding better guns so that not everyone's just running around with M4s or cams. Because that's what this game is. Everyone runs out the cam, they run out the M4, a bunch of mags, and that's all they do. Is that fog or gas? I think that's gas. It might be fog actually because it's super thick. But I don't feel like getting another cut, so we're not even going to investigate that. Like, this isn't rocket science, man. Like, I want people to, like, I always tell people to play DayZ. Anytime I'm talking to people about games to play, I'm always telling people you should try DayZ, try DayZ, try DayZ. Because it's a game that I truly love, and it's one of the greatest survival games on the market right now. But these decisions they're making are fucking stupid, dude. Like, it's stupid because it makes no sense. Like, I get you're only reducing the storage by a few slots, but, like, for example, the Hunter's Vest was, like, what, 36 slots or whatever it is? Now it's only, like, 16 slots or something, or 12 slots. Like, they reduced it by, like, 20 or 30%, which is mind-blowing to me. Like, what is the point of running the Hunter Vest now, then? Like, there's, you know what I mean? There's no point in running the Hunter's Vest, and that is, to me, just killing the whole point of carrying clothes. Unfortunately, right now, the way it looks is the best method for carrying gear is to just not carry clothes. You know what I mean? And that sucks because that's dumb, and it should never have been like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably the biggest mistake I think they're making in this update is making it to where if I decide to carry clothes that is, like, for example, I'm carrying this field bag, this field bag will now weigh less, or not weigh less, I'm sorry, have less, well, I'm not wearing it right now, but, or say, we'll use the clothes I'm wearing right now. So this jacket I'm wearing is a 30 slot jacket. This jacket could be taken down to a 26% slot jacket, or a 24 jacket, or even a 23 jacket or something. And that is dumb because you're punishing people for wanting to wear clothes. It's already bad enough that there's a lot of cool looking clothes in this game that is just not worth carrying because the storage is already so small. Okay, if you're running DayZ right now and you're running not anything other than the field jacket, combat pants, and a 60 something plus slot backpack with a plate carrier and pouches, you're losing out on space. Or in fanny pack, a lot of people are in fanny packs now because the fanny packs give you some extra slots. It's only like 6 slots, but you know, it's still something. And this is the type of stuff I complain about because you're not making the game any harder. You're just making it more fucking annoying. Like, you're not gonna make me struggle in the game because I can't carry loot. You're just gonna annoy me to the point that I don't want to even go bother looking for loot. I'll go play a PvP server, you know what I'm saying? And maybe I'm alone in this feeling, but I don't think I am. I've been doing some research online, like talking to other DayZ fans and other DayZ content creators, and I'm seeing a lot of the same things. A lot of the same things of, like, why are we doing this? This is stupid. You're killing clothes that already struggles to keep up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this jacket I'm wearing right now, normally I'd be running a field jacket, but right now I'm running this jacket because it has good insulation right now, and I'm running it because of the fact that it's not in bad to damaged condition. But normally, if I could find a good condition jacket or something in the field, I would be running that. And I think this is a serious problem that we're nerfing things that don't need to be nerfed. Same thing with Call of Duty, right? Same thing. Why are we nerfing things that don't need to be nerfed? Why are we buffing things that need to be buffed? Same problems, just different situation, different items. And I think it's really dumb. I really do. I think it's dumb, and I think it's just lame, and it's not cool. It's not very poggers, if I'm being honest. It's very, very not poggers. That was a player first there. And it's just disappointing, man. It really is just disappointing, and yeah. I don't think I do have some more ammo, right? Yeah. I'm gonna take out the zombies and then we'll continue on the video. Oh, what is this? Oh, I'm choking. Oh, I'm cooking. I'm cooking. Or not cooking, I'm getting cooked. I almost got cooked right there. Right there. Okay, can we just talk about the fact of how bad pistols are in this game? The fact that I know I was missing shots and I'm third person shooting and all this, but like, I feel like these pistols are so weak in this game for no reason, and it's actually just mental. I'll be honest, it's kind of mental. What we just saw her there would be another toxic zone forming. Not really anything crazy good right here, if I'm being honest. I mean, there's some... We'll grab this just so we can clear the zombies with the plane crash in the center of airfield. But yeah, so there's that. That was one of the big negative changes that are coming. Let's go over some other negative changes that are coming. So starting at update 1.26, we will also be getting all predators in the game will be having toxic meat or infected meat, I think is what they classified it as. And I think this is, again, really dumb. Now, I understand the point that they're trying to make, and I think there's a lot more open-mindedness within the community for this change. And I'm not nearly as mad at this. I do think this is kind of annoying, and I think this is a change that should never have been made. I think if you wanted to fix this problem, instead of making all the animals have toxic meat that are predators, just reduce the amount of predators on the map at any given time. I think that would make it far better. But so what this basically means is all bears and wolves will now have infected meat, meaning if you kill them, you basically can't eat their meat. You can't eat it, but you get sick. You get a disease from it now, which again, pretty dumb. I get why, because I know an official, if you're playing on this, say you're playing with a big group or something on official, you can pretty much farm the dead, like bears and wolves and stuff, because they drop so much meat. And again, what I say to this to fix it, instead of giving all the predators infected meat, either A, reduce the amount of predators on the map, or just decrease how much meat those things give you. Because I mean, like, the bear gives a lot of meat, right? So if you want to like fix that issue, just reduce how much meat you get in a bear, right? Cut it in like half or something, so like you only get like, say instead of getting 10 pieces of meat out of a bear, which I don't think is what you get, but I'm just using it as an example, reduce it to like 5 or 4 or something, you know, cut it in half or cut it below half, make it less sustainable, right, from being helpful. Or reduce the meat entirely and drop guts, a load of guts and bones or something, so it's not as useful for food, but it still has its uses. And I think changing it and making it to the point where it's basically useless for food, I think is a dumb decision. I think it's going to hurt people and people's enjoyability more than it's going to help in the long term of things. What is this? That's an M4 handguard that like is so broken and I barely see it, bro. Rip. And I mean, again, this is something I don't feel nearly as frustrated in as, say, like the weight situation, because I don't survive off of food. So off of bears for food, I mostly play community servers, and the official servers I am playing on, I've like a pretty solid idea of how to get food, you know what I mean? Or I'll just go find people to kill and I'll get their food, etc. But I definitely think that this is going to cause more harm in the grindability scene of, or staying alive scene for basing, especially right now where majority of the bases that you are going to be seeing just around the map in general. What condition is this glow on my other thing in? Is it better condition? It's not. So let's do this. I'll grab these shoes, so we have them. Because I have a feeling I don't have the stuff to prepare my shoes. Damage too, so I'm planning on trying to keep that on my inventory. But yeah, so that's just my opinion on it. That's my outlook on it. I do think that the situation as it stands right now is pretty dumb to nerf food. Again, those are the two big things. There's a couple small things. Like again, I know I said at the beginning of the video that the camera thing was a net positive, but I would also consider that as also a positive, but also as a negative. And all around, I think there's a bunch of just changes that are pretty dumb that they're making, and I'm really worried that they're gonna go too far to the realism side, because one thing that DayZ's really been good at is finding that balance between fun and realism, and I think that they've had a pretty good job lately or in the past of kind of totting that line. But unfortunately, it seems like in recent times, they've gone too far into the realism aspect and forgot that it is about fun, right? That's the reason I play the game, is to have fun and survive and make cool discoveries or whatever. And I think that we're going to be in an era soon where doing stuff like surviving is going to be just more annoying than it is going to be enjoyable, and I feel like that's where community is going to start booming again, especially these changes going forward. Overall, update 1.26 is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to trying it. I'm hoping that they make good decisions. I'll probably end up buying the battle pass, not battle pass, the new map. I'll probably end up buying it. I say I probably won't, but you know how I am. I'm probably gonna end up buying the DLC. And in that case, I really do hope that it's a solid DLC, and I really hope they make a lot of good decisions going forward. Because if they don't, who knows what could be in store for the future of DayZ. There's plenty of DayZ style games coming out in the market soon. Like we got, I remember hearing, I should have grabbed those gloves at the Heli Crush. Oh well. I remember hearing that there is a DayZ 2 in development. Basically, a modding team on PC is working to make DayZ 2 or DayZ 2.0 with updated graphics, updated map, better weapons, etc. And I think that's successful. That'll put some competition on DayZ. So maybe we'll see some new stuff come from DayZ after that. And obviously, there's other games that are AAA that are coming out in the market that will be pretty vital to whether or not DayZ is successful in the future. But I don't know. Again, I can just theorize. I can't really be 100%. And these are just my feelings. Everyone might have different feelings than me. I know there is some people out there that like these changes. Me personally, I think any change that punishes you for wanting to pick up more gear, especially in a game where majority of the reason for playing it is to get gear, I think is kind of dumb. But I wouldn't be surprised from the DayZ community if somebody supported the idea of nerfing loot capacity, carrying capacity, because there's a lot of people in the DayZ community that are pretty much toxic when it comes to if you can't survive with minimal things, you're trash or something like that, then I definitely think that there's definitely room for those people to exist in the community. And so I don't know, maybe they'll like these changes. But as someone who enjoys basing and doing all types of stuff like that, and hosting events for community servers, or making YouTube videos on the game, it does concern me that they're nerfing gear. Because if they're nerfing gear now, then who knows what they won't nerf down the line. Maybe they'll make it that you can only carry one primary weapon or something down the line, which would be rough for guys who like to snipe but also want to be aggressive. So who knows going forward. I think there's a lot of things on PC they could add to console. So here's just a couple ideas I'll throw out just in case DayZ devs decide to watch this video and decide to actually be good devs for the first time in a long time. And that is, add some bigger backpacks, man. Add some 200 plus square storage backpacks. Seriously, like there's a backpack on PC that has over 200 storage, has an additional prime weapon slot, has a melee slot, has I think a pistol slot or something, or a shoe slot that attaches shoes to it. We need something like that on DayZ. A really good backpack. You can make it super rare, make it like for official be like only one per restart or something spawns. And then we should guns. I would like to see the ACR, maybe the SCAR being brought in. I would love to see an S90, like an SR93 or something, like a marksman rifle. I think I butchered that name, but anyway, a marksman rifle that is semi-auto, that's kind of similar to the LAR and the M14, but it can be run with modern attachments like suppressors and stuff. I want to see more attachments, man. More attachments like things like suppressors that are universal for all the guns, universal floor grips, bigger mags for guns that don't have like 60s. So like for example, the AK-101 really needs a 60 drum or something, or a 60 rounder. Better pistols for shooting zombies, so maybe like another style of a 22 or something, like a 380 or something, another 380. Bigger rifles like a Barrett 50 cal, maybe a Saul 240 Bravo or something on those lines. I would love to see some new zombie types, maybe some zombie like heavies that are like bigger and stronger, but when you kill them they drop like guaranteed explosives or something, kind of like how like there's like boss zombies and like Call of Duty zombies or whatever, kind of something similar to that. Like random locations will spawn a boss zombie or something every restart, and they drop like explosives or a high-end weapon. Better airdrops, so maybe do like some AC-130 drops or something that spawn guaranteed high legendary weapons, like the big snipers or a big backpack or something. Reduce the gas zones; those would be great, because no one likes gas zones. They're dumb. Or at least make gas zones worth it, like have actual new good loot or high-end loot spawning gas zones. Because the problem for gas zones right now is there's no point in going in them, because if you really want an M4, you can just find an AK, kill somebody that has an M4, and boom, you have one. You don't have to go through the effort of finding NPC gear. So, what I mean, it's just kind of pointless for the M4. I'd add some more calibers of rounds. I would like to see some blackout rounds, like 300 blackout, maybe some subsonic rounds so that we don't have to run suppressors all the time for certain guns. More integrated suppressor guns, maybe like an MP5SK, not MP5SK, an MP5SD, or something that has an integrated suppressor. These are all things you guys can add very easily. I'm sure the assets are out there. I'm sure you guys can code them. It wouldn't take long. Because I'm like, look at this way. Look at it this way, right? There's other games on the market that are dropping AAA, high-end studios, or even low-tier studios. They're dropping more content weekly and yearly than DayZ does. For example, I play a Roblox game, Corrupt Zombies. Corrupt Zombies is a 10-man dev team, 5-man dev team. I think we do 3. It's a very small dev team, and they're dropping new weapons, new maps, new updates pretty much every week or every other week. If they can do that in a Roblox game, I think it's possible for DayZ to drop more content more often. And I'm not saying it has to be every month or something, a new update. Every like 2 or 3 months drop an update or something if you want, but at least drop up in like gear that is actually cool. Like the new sniper was neat, but the fact that it doesn't have a suppressor and is one of the loudest guns in the game, who is going to pick that in the right mind? And it's not strong either compared to something like the 308s rifle, sniper rifles like the Tundra, the Savannah, the Blaze, and compare that to like the VSD or the DMR or something, or the LAR. It's very weak in comparison, right? Even the SKS would be arguably better to use than the new sniper when it comes to damage output. And so I think that's really, really dumb that we added a sniper that doesn't have suppressor. That's weak. And it's not everywhere. Like, it's not an everywhere sniper. You can't find that everywhere. They say you can, but I've been looking around on an official server, and I haven't not seen any of them. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, that's my video. I've been rambling for a little while here. This is something I just wanted to talk about because I feel like it's important to be vocal. Again, here on my channel, I don't sugarcoat things, man. I don't do that. I keep things as real as possible. I'm not blinded by nostalgia or anything like that. I keep my feelings legit and based off of gameplay. And I base it off someone who uses their brain to play the game instead of a lot of people out here that based off of nostalgia or based off of what makes their life easier. I like to base it off of what made the gameplay more enjoyable for a larger audience. Because at the end of the day, I want games to be so good that I have a whole friends list for the people to play with. And DayZ's want one of those games. Like, I have a small group that I can play with, but they play only community because a lot of people don't like official, because official is making really stupid decisions, and thankfully communities can turn those decisions off, and you see that a lot happen most of the time. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I have a Black Ops 6 video I've planned for you tonight or tomorrow. I was hoping to drop it yesterday, but the leaks just kept coming. Unfortunately, as of this morning, all of the leaks have been DMCA'd on Twitter. Thankfully, I do have some copies, so I'll be able to talk about it a little bit. There's a lot leaked. We have full gameplays, like people leak like 2-3 minute gameplays of running around and shooting guns. We have all the guns, all the maps pretty much, a bunch of streaks, all the operators, streak gameplay. So lots of things to discuss, lots of things to go over. That'll be a long video, and that'll probably be out tonight or tomorrow. It depends on when I can get some background gameplay. That's my biggest problem, is getting background gameplay right now. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this long video. I'm trying to get better at doing shorter videos, but you know, I'm a yapper, man. I like to talk and get in depth with things, and you know, it is what it is. So with that being said, man, love you guys, you're one of a kind, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.